Hey guys, welcome in. If you're new or just passing through to my channel, welcome. My name is Tam. I'm also known as the Enlightened Auntie. And if you're returning, welcome back, squad. I'm here today to do another general collective reading. We're not sign specific here. We're also gender fluid. I may say you when I'm talking to them. I may say them when I'm talking to you. Put yourself in the story wherever you seem to fit. Remember that time and energy are fluid, so I could be talking about the past, the present, or the future. Take only the parts that resonate, leave the rest behind. If you'd like to book a personal more aligned with your own story, all of my information is below in the description box, and my books are always open. You can go directly to my website, EnlightenedAuntie.com, to book a session with me. I'm currently running a special right now on live sessions. They normally go for 155.55. They're on special right now for 111.11 through the month of August. So please get in where you fit in. We're almost at the 4,500 mark, and so I also will be doing a giveaway for every 500 new subscribers that I get. I'm doing a giveaway of a live session. Um, so that's another way to get a free live session with me. My books are open and my spots are limited for the live sessions. So like I said, get in where you fit in. All right, let's jump in and see what Spirit wants to talk about right now. I don't usually work this late. It's like after 10 o'clock. Everybody's asleep. I got time. All right, let's get into it. Damn. There is something that people are trying to keep from you. And I want to say they're even in it's either they're in conflict with you, they're in competition with you over it. You may have something. This is very similar to, remember how I said the other day how they know something that you don't know. This kind of feels like, and it may be centered around a family dynamic. This could be affecting your family. If this is not a family dynamic, this could be a home. This literally could be the family home. But there feels like a family dynamic, that there's something here that has been obstructed, and I'm seeing it. It's being obstructed from view. Somebody is either trying to keep something hidden, and they're trying to keep it hidden. They may be trying to keep it hidden from the family because there could be some, I don't know, like, see, now that's crazy because there is a new beginning here. I want to say there's a cycle that may be coming to an end. There's some type of change that is getting ready to occur. And I feel like the energies that are surrounding this change are, somebody is trying to prevent you, collective, from seeing it, because I feel like if you see it, they don't want no smoke. They don't want any smoke. They don't want to argue. They don't want to be in conflict. But I kind of feel like this is that behind the scenes conflict. So maybe people are beefing behind the scenes and you don't know about this. Okay. 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 This is interesting. This is a really interesting energy that I have here, because now I'm seeing this differently. Now that I pulled extra cards, I'm like, oh, this is different. Okay, collective. This kind of feels like, and I want to say I'm talking to, you could be partnered. You don't have to be, but if you're in a relationship, you're in a partnered relationship. Number one, I want to tell you that your relationship is being protected. So I don't want you to like freak out. Your relationship is being protected. And I want to say it could have a lot to do with the fact that like you could be protecting your relationship simply by not, like, maybe you don't talk about it. Maybe you don't discuss it. So it's a mystery. Like whatever is going on at your house is a whole mystery because you don't talk about it. I do kind of feel like this is such an interesting energy. I feel like that may change. Like you may choose, I think part of the reason why, follow me, because this feels like part of the reason why somebody may keep their relationship private, or like like say if you don't discuss your partner or whatever, you don't, publicize, you don't post pictures, nothing like that. Especially if you're kind of entering, because I do see like there's a cycle here, there's a new cycle that is starting. You could literally be going into a relationship or going into some kind of partnership, a new cycle here. But because you're protecting the relationship, you may kind of, folks don't really know about it because you're not actually talking about it. And I think part of the reason why you don't is because you don't really want to have to worry about looking over your shoulder, and you don't want to have to be, because I do feel like there's an energy here. It's kind of a competitive energy, but it's kind of like you don't really want to have to deal with any of that. Um, I feel like there's something here where you may have shifted your perspective. You may see now the benefit of, you know, what in the what is that on my hand? That's weird. I don't know what this is that I touched. Okay, anyway. Um it kind of feels like maybe there's, because I see where there's like this secretive type of energy, and it's not even necessarily secretive. It may not even be secretive. It could be just more private because you don't, there's a real fine line between being private and being secretive. I'm kind of feeling like once you understand the fact that your home life, your family situation, your family, like the one you came, not the one that you came from, but the one you created, like your family, your situation, it feels like you are maybe no longer, you might be kind of going back and forth, but you may no longer necessarily have to be in such a protective mode in terms of keeping certain things secret. Or I also kind of get the energy, which is interesting because I think in the last reading I mentioned, like you may have at one point kind of been worried or very very concerned about the future of your relationship, the future of especially if if you've had problems or if you've experienced issues. It kind of feels like you're now seeing where you don't necessarily have to worry about that stuff anymore, because there's positive change that is, like, I want to say it's positive change in the air. So the things that used to make you, the things that at one point that had made you um restless in your mind, especially as it relates to your relationship, because I'm seeing this over here. I kind of feel like you're putting that to rest. Like you're no longer doing that. You're not in the energy of kind of like going back and forth with yourself anymore. You're just kind of like accepting things as they are. You may even have opted to start leaning in more into like self-love. So if you're more focused on yourself, you're not so focused on the drama of what else is going on in anybody else's life, your partner's life, your friend's life. Like you're not really concerned about that stuff. Okay. There is something coming out. I'm seeing something. Look, somebody's getting negative karma. Okay. This is very. So I'm saying the more and more that it comes out every day, that just tells me this energy is ramping up, and it's ramping up. It's progressing at a much faster rate than it has been. I do feel like whatever has been done, I'm seeing it in one, two. I'm seeing it in three different places. Whatever has been done in the dark, whatever somebody has been trying to purposely hide or keep people from seeing, it's about to be revealed. Justice is about to prevail. Whatever somebody has been doing, and they've been doing it repetitively, they cannot do it anymore, especially if what they were trying to do was affect your home life and your stability. If somebody here was trying to affect your stability, they can't do it anymore. They cannot do it anymore. At one point, this is interesting because I was literally just listening back to the last reading that I did. And it's interesting because this is very similar kind of energy, because it feels like I'm looking at this whole center column. Again, I'm going to keep on saying this because I want somebody absolutely needs this reassurance. Your home life, your stability is secure. You are being protected. You're being protected so that you are no longer having to, it's like you're not having to, because I'm looking, thank you, Spirit. I'm like, where are we going? You do not have to worry about outside interference. You do not have to kind of split your energy between worrying about people stabbing you in the back and you trying to maintain the status quo and keep your home life intact. Like, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because if there was somebody here trying to affect your relationship, judgment is upon them. If someone here had been trying to I heard infiltrate, but if they've been trying to influence your partnership, again, partnership does not have to be romantic, but it could be. But if somebody here was trying to affect your partnership, new opportunities and whatnot, to have you splitting your energies by being worried about this drama over here, this is very similar to the last reading. If you've been having your energy split between trying to maintain your stability and maintain the things that because I do feel like you're living well, like you're in a good position, you're stable. Right now you might even be, potentially you could even be, you're being celebrated by your peers for like whatever it is that you're doing. Like, this is celebratory energy. um I'm getting this is really heavy. And it's funny because I've not used this deck in a really, really long time, but the energy that I'm pulling off of it feels really, really heavy. Somebody is going to get negative karma for whatever it is that they've been trying to hide. They've been trying to, I want to say, I'm getting a stubborn energy, because this person they were doing this over and over and over again. Whatever this is they've been doing it over and over again. They can't do it anymore. They can't sustain. They're at this point, they've kind of wound themselves up to they've tuckered themselves out. They can't keep doing this. They can't keep doing it. I kind of feel like this is somebody here who may have thrown, this is like the energy of somebody who may have thrown some, like, word magic, word witchery, whatever you want to call it, onto your stability or onto your home life. They may have wanted you to either be in conflict with, like, because it's like a weird isolating energy. It's almost like this person wanted your I heard fractured. They wanted your energy to be so fractured and split into all these different areas so that you are focused, so that your mind is literally stretched and you're focused on all this other stuff that you can't, like, you can't manifest from a place where your energy is split. It's almost like whatever this person has been doing or what they've been trying, the dynamic that they've been trying to create for you, they wanted you to be in the energy of having to, like, you're split, where you're split in several different, fractured, you're fractured in several different areas of your life. This was the objective, because if you're fractured in a bunch of different areas in life, you can't progress, you can't, pursue your passions, you can't, like literally, if you, we can't, like, that's the whole purpose of this. Like, they wanted you to be spun so that you could not live your best life. Interesting. This is the Ace of Cups, but I want to tell you, because of the way I have the cards like stacked, in the part that I'm seeing immediately made me think God has been watching this whole thing. God's been watching this whole thing. Oh, got one more extra card. I said somebody here was trying to have you split and fractured, have you focusing. Listen, oh my God, yes, they wanted you to be fractured. They wanted you to be so stressed out to where it would paralyze you, to prevent you from taking any action to do anything, so that you wouldn't have the ability to pursue your dreams, to pursue your passions, to make sure that, like I said, like, you've been working yourself towards, a really stable position. And literally what they're doing, what this person's been doing, is trying to prevent your ability to manifest, because you are a master manifester. This person, and I think they're aware of it, whoever we're talking about, this person is aware of it. They're aware that you have the ability to, like, set your mind to something, and then whatever it is that you set your mind to do, you actually, carry it out, and you do that, especially if you're a creator of some kind. um like, if you're a creative, I do have the energy here of somebody who's a creative. This feels like the energy that they've been throwing at you, or the energy that they've been trying to introduce into your life, has really all of it has just been meant to create so much disruption, to have you frazzled to where you cannot manifest, so that you cannot prosper, so that you, this is the weirdest energy. They wanted you paralyzed. Now, the other way that I'm looking at this, I truly believe that's my Libra moon, because I see this in a bunch of different ways, but that's one story. But I'm also seeing here, that if this person, oh, what has this woman done? Okay, so this woman, this is a feminine energy. Um, but the energy that I'm getting off of this individual feels like a gold digger. Feels like a gold digger. Oh, 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 damn. That's what I didn't notice. I'm looking at it now. Again, I haven't used this deck in a really long time, so I don't inherently just know the images off the bat. So there's someone here that may be, I want to say, because of the decisions that this person made, and justice will prevail because justice is in the upright. But what's connected into the justice, what's connecting to the justice card? Somebody made a decision here, but based on the decision they made, it may get them incarcerated. Eight of Swords with the Judgment in the reverse, with the justice card in the upright. Somebody here may end up in handcuffs, behind bars. Oh, okay. I'm also seeing here too, this could be affecting somebody's business. Okay. Now we've talked about the theft of intellectual property. This looks like, it almost feels like, I think I said this, I want to say a couple months ago, where I talk about how I feel like this, whoever this person is that may have, like, say, stolen your work or whatever, because this looks like theft, they may have been waiting to get like the kind of attention or accolades that you get, but it never came. And remember I said before, it's because the quality of their work was like, it wasn't, whatever they were producing, it didn't hit the way that yours does, so it's not getting the same response or reaction. So this also can look too like, now because they're perplexed, they may not be making any real money, they may not be seeing any rewards off of what they're putting out because it's not theirs. This is all over the place. I got a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, I also kind of get the energy too. They were trying to, I feel like they may have been trying to influence you in such a way where you also would not have the will to persevere through like life. It almost feels like somebody here wanted you to be burned out. They wanted you to be burned out. Because burnout is a mother. And that'll make you stop doing stuff. Hmm. Okay. Oh. Oh, look at that. They were trying to, oh, this person is really upset. I said there may have been somebody, there may be somebody going to jail because of some kind of theft. I do see somebody here that is very upset, almost depressed, because they were trying to win at all costs, and everything that they were trying to do, they made a conscious choice to do this. Everything that they were trying to do, it didn't work. None of it was able to stick. And I do feel like somebody here they got to stand down. They got to walk away from the situation. Listen, they were trying to affect a contract here. Again, the contract does not have to be a romantic contract. It doesn't have to be like a marital contract, but it could be like a work relationship contract, a work contract. Something that is attached to long-term stability and financial abundance. This could literally lead to some type of generational wealth. And whatever this is, it definitely looks like theft. It looks like judgment for theft. It could be theft of the contract, theft of this opportunity. Money could have changed hands, yes. They were trying to win at all costs and they not winning. They're in conflict with the people that they were dealing with. Ooh. Somebody is angry because the confusion, I want to say, I heard like mask of confusion. I don't know what the hell that means, but it's kind of like the illusion. The illusion is being shattered. They're pissed. So this person may have been trying to cast an illusion over this entire situation. Because remember up here, I said they've been trying to affect like your relationship. They have definitely been trying to affect a relationship, your stability, your home life. There may have been some theft of an opportunity or theft of monetary resources. There may have been theft of some type of monetary resources. This person is angry. They're mad as hell. They're mad as hell because what they chose to prioritize, which was this 10 of Pentacles, they can't do it anymore. They can't do it anymore because the cycle is closed out. The cycle has come to an end. It's done. Now, this is the second time that I'm getting this. I think this came up in the last reading where I said, like, there may be somebody here who is kind of, they're a witness to some of this shenanigans here. Like, they know the truth. They're seeing it, or they can see, they're seeing through the truth. They're kind of seeing what this person is going through, and I kind of said they're on the outside. There may not necessarily be a party to the situation, but they're witnessing the situation. Again, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about somebody who's watching this person orchestrate a bunch of BS for somebody else and they're not stepping in to do anything. I have a problem with that. Morally, I have a problem with that. You know, it's crazy. If this is because I do get a mother figure. If this is a mother figure, I kind of feel like you were very loyal to that person. You were very, like, if this was your mother, mother-in-law, whoever the hell, you may have been very, very loyal to this person. And you may have loved unconditionally because that's just your nature, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, this person has not let go of the past. And I honestly feel like oh, this person may have been trying to block you from working. It's kind of like I'm getting like an interruption energy. I got a story about that, but I got it. This is like an interruption energy. It almost feels like it's like when you start. This feels like the energy of like collective. Like if say you get in the groove of doing whatever it is that you love to do, like your business, whatever your craft is, right? This is kind of like because I said you're a manifester, so like when you're in peak performance, like you manifest from us. You're manifesting from a space. You know, it comes from the heart, right? But this kind of feels like I said, this is like somebody trying to, even I'm kind of getting the energy of somebody like trying to not talk down on your work, but it's similar to the energy of like, okay, so those of you who are entrepreneurs who are watching me, How did it make you feel when somebody asked you about your little business? Are you still doing your little business? How's your little art stuff? Are you still singing? How's that going along for you? How are you? It's like how they minimize whatever it is that you do. And they do that because they're trying to affect your self-esteem and they're literally trying to affect, you know, your self-esteem and maybe trigger insecurities or whatever. And the reason why is because this person is incredibly insecure. So it's a projection, but it's meant to like slow you down. It's meant to like cast a doubt in your head to make you second guess and go, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the best work? Am I producing? Am I putting enough? Am I doing you know what I'm saying? It's meant to make you question. And honestly, yes, I see that you've already kind of moved away from it. I mean, if not, I'm recommending that you Six of Swords move away from it. Um, and really only focus, yes, because and what you're focusing on, I like the way all the cards are facing. What you're focusing on is you're only focusing on people that are in the energy of reciprocation. They are giving as much to you as you are giving to them. That is your happy space. That's your happy space. Not dealing with the stress of being around people or being entangled in connections with people who aren't even emotionally supportive to you at all. Now somebody is upset and crying over spilled milk. They're boo-hooing about whatever they've done in the past. And now you're no longer loyal. Your loyalties are gone. Whatever loyalty that you may have had towards this person, you don't have that anymore. The Hierophant in the reverse, the Tower, Death card, Queen of Cups. You're still in a really solid, loving energy. You're just not fucking with this person anymore. Ace of Wands in the reverse, Chariot in the reverse. Mm-mm. Nope, you're not dealing with it. I support that. I support that. Where time wise? Actually, no, we're not gonna use this deck. Let's use this one. Because if I grab another tarot deck, we'll be sitting here for another 45 minutes. Yeah, this person is stressed. Somebody here is incredibly stressed or having a difficult time finding peace right now. Yeah, I don't see a reunion happening. I don't see any kind of reunion. Now, do note, reconciliation and reunion are two different things. Reconciliation is simply just an acknowledgement of, like I'm looking at the trash on your side of the street. We're going to look at the trash on my side of the street. We're going to acknowledge our faults, fist bump, and walk away and call it a day, right? I also kind of get the energy too that someone is also kind of in disbelief. Like if your relationship at one point had been like really tumultuous and like, crazy and, upside down, like, we all go through relationship shit, right? But say if the last time you were dealing with this person, things were kind of in flux or whatever, they're a little bit in disbelief that you've been able to like wrangle it back in. They're a little bit in disbelief that you have managed to go into a new cycle. It's almost like they can't even believe like how much you've changed, how much you've grown, like all the self-love and the confidence and everything. Like this person's in total disbelief. They're in total disbelief. And I do feel like this person is very upset because you're not giving them any kind of attention. They're pissed. They just like the attention. Yeah, I said they had a whole plan. They're frustrated because they had a whole plan. They had a whole plan here that they did not want anybody to see, namely you. They were trying to create a bunch of disasters in your life, and they were trying to make it appear like it was just, circumstance. But no, whatever was going on, they had some help. Yep. They were trying to break up a relationship with eternal love in the reverse. They were trying to break up a soulmate relationship. But like I said, what they didn't expect your pride. Like this, and this kind of pride does not feel like egoic. Like I kind of feel like this person, this is interesting because I feel like this person maybe over overestimated their ability to disrupt your life. They thought that they could create endings in your life. And not only did they think they could create endings in your life, they also believed that they could profit from that as well by obstructing certain situations, like obstructing opportunities, preventing you from having access to certain things. They were kind of hoping that you wouldn't. It's interesting because this person kind of feels like they felt like, I don't know, the fact that they are trying to break up a soulmate connection to me is insane. That's really doing too much. Yeah, see, like they were trying to create, and you're not in that energy. They wanted you to be suffering, having nightmares, and you're not. They wanted one of you or both of you to break your vows, but that's not what's happening. They wanted you to break the promises. Look, they wanted you, look, they wanted y'all to not care. They wanted you to be out here with no support. They wanted you to be out here alone, struggling. Oh, no, that's interesting. Somebody here may be concerned about losing a home. About losing wealth, losing an investment, a real estate investment. The home may have been a gift. Now, kind of when I say gift, I'm thinking, it's making me think back to my other Kipper deck where the gift card is called inheritance. So, literally, with gift in the reverse with real estate, this could have been some kind of an inheritance. Like, literally, this person they did not want you. This person may not, they may also be in a codependent energy. And it's primarily because they don't have self love. Uh oh. Somebody here is experiencing some bad luck, or they wanted you to experience bad luck. I said they were trying to break up a family, they were trying to break up a marriage. There's been an injustice here. And they may have, and like this, now this could either be you praying, well, based on the way the cards are laying out, I want to say like this person may have been trying to pray that you lose all of these things, your marriage, your family, broken vows. If this person was wearing a bunch of masks, they can't wear. Oh, the glare is really bad. Mask is in reverse. The masks are falling off. Every last one of them. Whatever deception that they've been doing, and the alliance with the other people involved, all of that is being revealed. And you're A-okay. And you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, you may not be interacting with this person or these people very much. You don't have any desire. it's kind of like you don't have any desire to deal with or entertain this person. Um, and for you, it actually usually I would be like, when it's a it feels like a selfish energy, this stubbornness. Sometimes this particular stubbornness, I don't see anything wrong with it, simply because everything that you've already kind of dealt with this person, you ain't really trying to hear anything they got to say, considering everything you've been through, and they're pissed. They're pissed. They did collaborate with other people, and they're look. I did shuffle. I've been shuffling this card. There is evidence here, and it may result in somebody's confinement and introvert. It may be separate. There may be some evidence of something that someone's done that potentially may land them in jail. I've said that twice in this reading alone. Okay, let's use, and then we'll wrap. Somebody's in a mental prison. There were several failed attempts to block you. Abandoned ship, or they may need to abandon ship because the plan ain't working. Somebody may be impersonating you to ruin your reputation. Spirit says release any burdens that are not yours. Let me tell you, that was probably my biggest lifesaver when I stopped worrying about other people's worries. My daddy used to say, don't let your problems be my problems. I have really been embodying that. When your problems become my problems, that's a bigger problem. I don't think anybody want to deal with that. So if you're dealing with situations that really don't have nothing to do with your own life, let those burdens go. They are not yours, okay? Yeah, somebody here has been engaged in character assassination. If you haven't been during your return to senders, strongly recommend it. An aunt may be involved. Somebody here is an agent of chaos. Somebody is acting like a victim. I didn't realize I had two cards that say aunts. I'm gonna actually pull one out. So that's double confirmation. An aunt may be connected to this. Somebody here is a gold digger. Someone from your past. You got fake friends. Dark energy. Somebody has a fear of moving forward. We have a distorted feminine. A new cycle of abundance is here. Somebody's experiencing bad luck. There's a loss of money someone's experiencing. Someone's trying to keep you distracted. I said that earlier. They just want to keep your head like all discombobulated so that you can't manifest the best life ever that you're trying to live right now. You're releasing mental burdens for good. We like it. They're mad that they haven't been able to end you or stop you. Their offer is a distraction. So if anybody comes to you in the next several weeks trying to pitch an offer to you, just know that it's a distraction. There's somebody here engaged in illegal activities. Somebody is codependent and needs support. Could be dealing with a Sagittarius, or Sagittarius may be significant. They've been warned to stop. Cancer may be of significance. A Capricorn may be of significance. And somebody here had been left for dead. Okay, these two cards that are sticking out. Collective, you're no longer afraid. And someone tries to convince people that you are crazy. Bottom of the deck, misjudged you. Ooh, the glare. Oh my God, misjudged you. So somebody misjudged you. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. If any parts of this reading resonated for you, gave you clarity or confirmation of what you already know, please give the video a thumbs up so we can circulate it into the algorithm and get it in front of the eyes that need to see this message the most. If you would like to book a personal, more aligned with your own story, all of my information again is below in the description box. Follow me on all socials. I'm not real for those of you guys who follow me on Facebook. I'm not really on Facebook like that, but I'm on TikTok and I'm on Twitter and Instagram. So follow me. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Until next time, take care. Bye.